have that feeling like you're being pulled in two totally opposite directions? Like you're not just one single consistent person? Well, what if that's not a flaw? What if that's the whole point? We hear this all the time. Find your one true self. But what if that's actually the wrong goal? I mean, what if that whole idea is a trap? And what if trying to be just one thing is the very thing that makes us unstable? Okay, yeah, let's get into this. So the problem really starts when we get attached, maybe a little too attached, to just one way of being. You could call it a single archetype, right? Like, I'm the hero or I'm the logical thinker. We try to be that one thing 24/7. See, when just one piece of our personality tries to run the whole show, everything gets thrown out of whack. The whole system goes haywire. We might become super rigid, really dogmatic, or we swing way over to the other side and become completely chaotic. We can get emotionally overloaded or, flip side, mechanically cold. The thing is, a single archetype is incomplete by its very nature. So when you lean on it and it alone, you end up in these really predictable, unbalanced states. Okay, so if being just one thing makes us unstable, then what's the fix? Well, this is where it gets really, really cool. The answer? It's all about the power of what are called polar pairs. And a polar pair is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's two opposite archetypes that, when they come together, form a single, complete, and, this is the key part, a stable psychological circuit. So imagine a single archetype on its own. It's like this, an open curve. It's an incomplete circuit, right? It's unstable. It's just pulling and pulling in one direction. But then you bring in its polar partner, its exact opposite. And just like that, they click into place. They form a whole, a complete circuit. It creates this stable orbit where, finally, you can have balance. And check out the dynamic here. It's this constant push and pull. So one half of the pair is always pushing outward, right? It's expanding, it's expressing. But at the exact same time, its partner is pulling inward, contracting, stabilizing the whole thing. And the result isn't conflict. It's that beautiful, stable orbit we were just talking about. And what's so wild is that this isn't just some abstract psychological theory. No, this pattern of balanced opposites, it shows up everywhere. I mean, everywhere. From ancient wisdom all the way to modern science. Take the psychologist Carl Jung, for instance. He basically built his entire framework on this concept. He argued that you don't actually grow by just getting better at one thing, like, say, your thinking function. Real growth comes from integrating its opposite, your feeling function. For Jung, wholeness was all about activating both sides at the same time. And get this, modern neuroscience totally backs this up. Our brains are literally wired in pairs. The left hemisphere is amazing at structure, detail, and that laser-like focus. Meanwhile, the right hemisphere is all about the big picture, context, meaning, global patterns. A healthy brain isn't just left-brained or right-brained. It's constantly weaving the two together. Believe it or not, this pattern even shows up in pure mathematics. This crazy long number you see here, it's known as the perfect harmonic radius. And it comes from these complex models where stability is only achieved when two opposite flows work together. It's like a mathematical echo of the exact same principle we're talking about. True balance comes from pairs. All right, that's enough of the high-level theory. Let's bring this down to earth and make it real. Let's actually meet a few of these inner partners. So first up, let's look at a pair called the order keepers. On one side, you've got the architect. This is that part of you that just loves to build logical systems from scratch. Its polar partner? That's the curator. This is the part that preserves, refines, and finds that hidden truth buried in the details. So one defines the structure, the other restores it. And together, they create clarity. Or how about a completely different vibe, the creative radiance? Here you have the visionary, that's the artist of what if, the part that dreams up new worlds. Its partner is the bard, who is the lover of what is. This is the part that feels experience so deeply and expresses all that raw emotion. So one is conceptual, the other's emotional. They're like the two essential faces of creativity. So here's the most important part to get. This is not about flipping a switch, from one to the other. It's a dance. It's happening at the same time. While one partner is stabilizing the whole system, the other one is totally free to expand. While one is interpreting the world, the other is expressing into it. Both halves are on, working together all at once. And all of this leads to the biggest takeaway, the real mind bender of this whole model. It's a fundamental shift in how we think about who we are. Here it is. You are not one of the poles. You're not the architect or the curator. You're not the visionary or the bard. Your true self isn't on either end. Your self is the center point. It's the intersection where these two opposite forces meet and find their perfect balance. And if you zoom out even further, the full picture of the self is even more incredible. It's the harmony that's created when all 12 of these pairs are humming together at once. The source material has a beautiful term for this. It calls it a perfect harmonic superposition, a state where all those opposing forces are just perfectly in sync. That's true wholeness. So I want to leave you with a question, something to carry with you. Just take a second and really feel into it. Right now, in this moment, which of your inner partners are dancing? Which ones are pushing and which are pulling? Because the answer, well, it might just tell you who you really are.